whenever we take any step on shrimat, then that step earns us an instant fruit, an instant attainment. And that attainment, the foremost attainment is you feel close to Baba. And I was just thinking that this is so beautiful that whenever I take a step on shrimat, then the instant attainment is that I feel like I am very close to Baba. And who is Baba? Baba is the source of everything. And when you are very close to the source, then how do you feel? Full, right? So you feel absolutely full. So that is the attainment of taking steps on Baba's shrimat. And when now that I've had some years on this journey, sometimes I feel that, although, Baba gives us a lot of knowledge about actions, neutral actions, sinful actions, and pure actions. But I think, for a Brahmin, we don't even need to understand the philosophy of actions. Yes, technically, Baba gives us the knowledge because we are children of the ocean of knowledge. So we need to know the difference between pure actions, sinful actions, and neutral actions. But if you think about the practical life that we lead, we just need to take every step on Baba's shrimat. And shrimat is called that dictate which makes you sresht. So whenever you take a step on Baba's shrimat, obviously it is very good action because it is making you elevated. So you see that when you take a step on Baba's shrimat, then that step gives you the instant fruit that you feel very close to Baba. And Baba is the saccharine of all relationships, saccharine of the love of all relationships, and Baba is the saccharine of all attainments. So you feel very close to Baba means you feel full of the love of all relationships and you feel full of all attainments. And also, every time you take a step on Baba's shrimat, then you are creating good karma out of it. But even if you don't go into the calculation of how much good karma you're doing, you still, your account is getting full. And there was one person who once asked me, how many courses have you conducted until today? So I said, I have never counted. So they said, but you should keep a count. So I said, okay, then I have a count. So they said, what is the count? So I said, as many courses that I have conducted, that much am I happy and content. So my stage of happiness and contentment, is a reflection of whatever seva Baba has given me the opportunity to do. So it doesn't matter even if you don't keep an account of what karma you're doing. You see, if we keep an account of the karma we are doing, we are just doing it. We keep that account so that we can do better than that. So let's say, you are checking the quality of your Amrit Vela. So you're not checking your quality of Amrit Vela because you want to feel like, okay, I'm doing very good Amrit Vela, so too much is accumulated in my account. But you just want to do better Amrit Vela the next day. Or you want to, if you're sitting for 45 minutes, you want to sit for an hour in the next week. So this is why you keep a chart. It's not like, the chart is any indicator of, how much karma we create or something. Because every time you take any step on Baba's Shrimat, you are accumulating an income. And that income shows in your stage, in your experience of life, in how you're feeling about yourself, about Baba, about your destiny. All of that is, your stage reflects that. So, and especially, happiness and peace and all the attainments that Baba gives you, you feel like you have all of it because you feel very close to Baba. And so it's very important that we take every step on Baba's Shrimat. And there are sometimes there is this thing that I've heard very often. There are children who say that if I get up at Amrit Vela and I'm feeling sleepy during that time and I'm not able to do good Amrit Vela, then I might as well sleep at that time, feel fresh, and then get up at 5 and then, meditate. So there are many children who give this logic that, because I'm not able to have good remembrance of Baba at 4 a.m., so let me, sleep at that time and then wake up at 5 and have good remembrance. But you know what? It's not just about remembrance. It's also about following shrimat. And following shrimat is, so what I'm trying to tell you here is, there is not just the logic of shrimat, but also the following shrimat is also a reflection of your relationship with Baba. So of course, when you follow Shrimat, you're doing good karma. That's one aspect of it. But when you're following Shrimat, you're obeying Baba. And there is a lot of power in obedience. It's not just about karma, it's also about obedience. And when you obey the Father, you get the inheritance. Yes, so do you get the inheritance just because of the karma you do? It's also because of the obedience you have towards Baba. And of course, when you obey Baba, it amounts to good karma, right? But if you think about karma first, then what happens is Maya enters that door. So, then you are not thinking about Baba. Even though we are not able to connect, yes, that is what I'm saying. And I'll give you a very beautiful example for this. So, Sudha Didiji, she's looking after the services in Russia. And so when Sudha Didiji went to Russia, at that time, there was a lot of seva in Delhi. And she went from Delhi to Russia. Now in Delhi, she was always busy all day doing Baba's seva. Yes. And then when you go to a new country, and Russia was a communist country, so obviously there was a lot of, resistance towards this new practice of Raj Yoga. And in the beginning, it was not easy. So when you are sowing the seeds, you need a lot of patience. So when she went to Russia, she had to spend long, weeks together without any seva, because there is nobody is coming, nobody is taking the course. So you're just advertising, and you're trying to create the atmosphere. And then somebody asked Sudha Didiji that, your earning, so your spiritual income when you were in India was much greater than what it's here now, because there you were doing a lot of seva and here there is no seva. So then Sudha Didiji gave a very good answer at that time, and I remember that. She said that when I was in India, I was available for Baba's service. When I'm here, I'm available for Baba's service. Whether Baba uses me or not, or whether Baba uses me for one particular thing or another thing, is Baba's prerogative. But whenever I am available, I am earning an income. Yes, and then she gave a very beautiful example. She said, let's say a wealthy person employs a laborer, and then that laborer, the wealthy person has called him and the laborer is available. Now he is not able to give any work to the laborer that day because there's no work. Now will he pay him at the end of the day? Yes, because that laborer is there at his service. And even if he does all the work whole day, he'll get paid the same. So that's the thing about, following shrimat. So whenever you're following shrimat, you are earning, you are accumulating spiritual income. And that income, the foremost, attainment of that income is you feel close to Baba, and you feel like, Baba loves you, and Baba is showering you with blessings and peace and joy, and you feel like, who is a better claimant of the inheritance than me? So you have that intoxication that I'm the best student, the best child. And this is the thing about following shrimat. Whether, sometimes, maybe, there is seva, and then, we sleep at 12:30 because there's something going on, and then, or 1 or 2 also it has happened. And then, but I get up at Amrit Vela, because when I get up at Amrit Vela, I feel like, Baba is getting up, so I have to get up. Yes, so Baba is awake for me, so I have to get up. And when I get up, I feel like, Baba is showering me with a lot of love, not because I'm connecting with him, but because I have woken up on his shrimat. And if you know that you're doing this on Baba's shrimat and you do it with that awareness, then you automatically feel that Baba is very happy with you. And then, all this technical aspects of connection don't matter, because your hearts are connected. So you feel like you are under that shower of, love and peace and joy that Baba is sending your way. And Baba says that this instant fruit, this is the fruit that every BK is entitled, every Brahmin is entitled to. And whenever you take any step, you do any seva, you take one step of seva, you take one step towards purity, you take one step towards inculcating any divine virtue. Let's say, just think about, you spend 1 hour in yoga and you're just thinking resolutely that I will imbibe the virtue of sweetness. You have not even spoken sweetly, right? You just imbibing that virtue, and it makes you so happy. So just think about, just one step when you have this determined thought that I want to imbibe this virtue of sweetness and I'm doing it from today. When you have that determined thought itself, Baba is showering you. What will happen if you really do it? Yes, so Baba will obviously give you a lot of love and you will feel very close to Baba. So Baba says every step counts, every step towards, every step about knowledge, every step about inculcating a virtue, every step of yoga, every step of seva, they make you feel that you're close, very close to the source. And Baba says this is instant fruit that Baba gives you. And Baba says these days they say that, those who eat fruits remain healthy. Yes, so, and I don't know whether that's true these days because fruits are also infected with so much of, pesticide and stuff. But whatever it is, so they say that fruit is healthy. Now, Baba says that this fruit is the healthiest. And when you eat this fruit all the time, this instant fruit, then you become very healthy. And what is the sign of good health? The sign of good health is good immunity. So you have very good immunity towards Maya. So Maya cannot shake you, Maya cannot disturb you, and Maya cannot make you lose your happiness and peace. And you see, you will be able to distinguish between between an opinion and between what Baba is trying to tell you and between a human opinion. And you see that sometimes, even in the Brahmin family, you will hear an opinion which is not according to shrimat. And I'll give you an example. So there was one Mata and she said that she was crying and she called me. And she said that, Didi, there is another Mata who goes with me to the center and I don't tell my husband that I'm going to the center because there is a lot of resistance in the family. So I just go tell them I'm going for a walk and then I come to the center. So this Mata, she told me on the way that you are a liar and you are lying and this is creating a very big burden on you, and because you don't understand, you're coming to Baba's home and creating pap karma, and this you will go to hell because of that, and all sorts of things she told that Mata, and that Mata was in so many tears. And then she asked me, is it that I'm lying and I'll be doomed to hell because I'm lying in front of the family? So I said, no, this is not lying, this is a yukti. And Baba says, when you are in a situation where you are, Baba says, saap bhi mar jaye aur lathi bhi na tute, which means you kill the snake without breaking the stick. That's called a yukti. And it's, if you declare at home, what will happen? This is the stick will be broken and the snake will just be hissing around. So that's not a very good idea. And I said, see, one day you will have the courage to face all that happens when you speak the truth. And that day you tell the truth. But right now you don't have that kind of courage. So just do whatever you can and take that opportunity to build the courage. And when you come to that place of spiritual courage, then you will yourself tell everybody. Why won't you? So then she said, but this Mata told me this and I'm very shaken up. So you see, Maya comes in many ways. And Maya comes in the ways of opinions, Maya comes in the way, and it's very difficult to discern sometimes what is right according to Shrimat and what is wrong according to Shrimat. Because most children also don't understand Shrimat completely. So, then you will get manipulated into thinking that you're doing something wrong if the other person who is speaking to you is really smart. So then you have to, I think in these situations, you need to have one person you trust, one nimit you trust. And that then when you have these kind of doubts, then you ask that nimit instrument. So that's very important, because sometimes, just making sense of what Baba is saying, maybe we don't have that kind of intellect to understand that. So then, it's just like that Mata asked, you have that opportunity to ask some nimit. So that's why Baba gives us a Sakar nimit also. And you must have one nimit, and one nimit who gives you the final word on everything. And when you trust that nimit and when you have that relationship, then Baba will give you directions through that nimit. And Baba says this is why, it's very important to eat the fruit of, the instant fruit of, feeling close to Baba. And the more you do that, there will be immunity. And if you really do everything on Baba's Shrimat, then maybe, your intellect will function so well that you will always be able to discern what is Maya and what is not. And even when you can't understand it logically, you will know that, this thing doesn't feel right and this is not something that I should buy into. So this is something. And then Baba today tells us that we must earn blessings. And blessings make our effort easy. And you see, this is a path of effort. And effort which the world says is very difficult. People say, remember, when you think about making effort to remember Baba for 8 hours a day, or absolute purity in this world where everything is impure. You see anything, you read a simple message, even that has some vibration of impurity. So everything in the world is so impure right now. And in that time, when we are talking about the effort to be pure and the effort to be in remembrance and the effort to have very clear, knowledgeful actions all the time. So that is an effort, or the effort to do seva, despite, there are so many attractions of Maya, investing our body, mind, wealth into seva and Ishwarya Karya, that's an effort. But Baba says, how will this effort become easy? This effort becomes easy when you earn blessings. And how do you earn blessings? So, I think, the simplest definition of blessings is doing the right thing at the right time. So, when you do the right thing at the right time, you earn blessings. Just take an example. You're thirsty and you're asking for water. And then somebody gets you water then and there. And somebody gets you water after 5 minutes. Who earns blessings? The one who gets it instantly. So, whatever the time is, which soul you're with, and keeping Baba in your awareness all the time, and looking at Baba and doing all timely actions, remembering the Sangam Yugi time and doing the right action at this time, this is what makes us earn blessings. So, when it is 4 o'clock, doing Amrit Vela will make us earn blessings. When it is class time, sitting in the class will make us earn blessings. When it is time for seva, the seva will make us earn blessings. But if you do everything untimely, there is, I once had an experience with a sister, and she would do everything but very untimely. So she would cook, offer bhog to Baba, but when? At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, when everybody is already hungry for 2 hours. And then she would keep saying, when somebody asks, is the food ready? She would say, Are Baba ko bhog to lagne do, Baba ko bhog to lagne do. So one day I told her, if you know that you have to offer bhog to Baba, then why not do it on time? In Madhuban, bhog is offered at 12 noon. It's not offered at 2 p.m. So then she said, but it takes time. So I said, it's okay, it takes time. I'm not saying it doesn't take time, but it's not making you earn blessings. Do you understand? You're doing so much and no blessings. So you see, these are the things, maybe you do everything, but you don't do everything on time. And when you do the right thing at the right time, you earn blessings. That is the law. And when you are so when I take, I have this rule here in the center, that when it is class time, sisters must sit in the class. When it is seva time, you do seva. It's not like when it is class time. Yes, there are days when there is too much seva, and then it is told that you do seva at this time. That's different. But otherwise, when it's class time, you do the class. It's not like this work was left, so I'm doing it. So that's not how you do it. And then the most important aspect is the unlimited time. Not just the 12-hour time or the 24-hour time, but this unlimited time that Baba is telling us, that this is Sangam Yug. And what do you need to do in Sangam Yug? You need to invest your body, mind and wealth in such a way that it makes you earn 21 births of Punya Karma. Not just in a limited way, but in the unlimited task that Baba is telling us to invest in. And Baba says, when you do this at the right time, then you earn Baba's blessings. And then you see, when you are with souls, then also there is a lot of opportunity to earn blessings. So there are souls. So let's say somebody wants you to be a good listener, and at that time you're not being a good listener, you're just talking and giving them a lot of advice. That is not making you earn blessings. So somebody's heart is to have a good listener, you be a good listener for some time. And then when you feel that their heart is a little empty, then you give them the solution, then they'll take it. Somebody wants peace from you, you're giving them knowledge. That's not how it works. Or somebody needs power and you're giving them, you're telling them be loveful, but they need power. So you have to fill them with that power when they need it. So, but how will you give in a very timely manner? Only when you have everything in your stock. Yes, because if your own stock is empty, then somebody is coming to you, then you will give what you have. You can't give what they want or need. And never give what they want, give what they need. And that need you have to discern. And that need also you will be able to discern when there is that power to discern in you. Yes, for example, somebody comes and tells you, I need shelter. Yes, I need shelter, I want to run away from home. And there are many who come like that to the center. Do you know that I'm facing a lot of difficulty at home, please keep me in the ashram, I don't want to stay there, and I'll do whatever it takes. And they just speak like that. And then you have to discern that they don't need escape. What they need right now is patience. They need strength because they are getting tired. So then you have to give that strength, and you have to give that, strength and support in a very, what do you say, diplomatic manner. Because if you first tell them, I can't keep you in the center, then they won't listen to you later. So what you tell them is, yes, of course you can stay, but sit and talk first. And then after 1 hour of talking, they'll look at the watch and go. They don't want to stay. So this is what happens. But so you have to be, but that earns blessings. Even if that person, they don't even return to your place or to you, you will still earn blessings. So Baba says that in actions you earn blessings. When you understand Sangam Yug and do timely action, you earn blessings. When you are with souls, you are interacting with souls. When you discern what is it that they really need and you give them that, you earn blessings. And when you earn these blessings, then making effort becomes very easy. Then you will not say that, there are many children who say, I can't get up at Amrit Vela. Yes, or I can't remember Baba, because there is a lot of burden of sins, and that burden of sins is causing Maya to intervene in any effort that you're making. But with these power of blessings, that whole burden becomes very less. And even if there is a battle, between the burden of sins and the stock of blessings, then the stock of blessing wins. So this is how it goes. So Baba says that you must be able to earn so much blessings that you are able to overcome the obstacles that come in the way of effort that you make. So this is also there. And then Baba says that I teach you the philosophy of action, neutral action and elevated action. Sinful action, neutral action and elevated action. So I'll give you very simple definitions. So neutral action is when you are soul conscious, right? And you are only soul conscious in Satyug and Treta Yuga. Okay, so that is the only time for neutral actions. They earn neither credit nor debit. Then there is sinful action. Sinful action is when you are body conscious. And you are body conscious from the beginning of Copper Age to the end of Iron Age. Nobody can help it. So all the actions that we perform are sinful actions, because you do it in the awareness of I and mine. Yes, you may do the best of actions. You may donate, you may do charity, you may do noble work, but you're doing all of that in body consciousness. And I remember there was this one brother, he used to donate heavily to many organizations. And he used to donate to his friends, his family. He was very good at that stuff. But he was the most miserable person I ever met. And he would always keep thinking, I did so much for this person, and when I had this operation, that person didn't visit me. So you see, he is sick, lying on the bed in the hospital. He's not able to keep his heart calm because he's burning inside that this person who I did so much for has not come to visit me. And just think about how much worse that thought is making his disease. And he used to be miserable all day, because you see, whatever he did it with this consciousness of I and mine. I am doing it, I am doing it. So this is how, every noble action, ignoble action, whatever, it is all sinful from Copper Age to Iron Age. And then in Sangam Yoga, you do what is elevated action. And elevated action is performed when you are supreme soul conscious, when you are in remembrance of Baba. And when you have shrimat at your disposal, so when you follow shrimat, when you do everything on Baba's directions, when you do it in remembrance of Baba, that is called elevated action. That is what makes you earn a punya ka khata. That is what makes you earn a credit. So sinful action is debit, elevated action in Sangam Yuga is credit, and neutral action is neither debit nor credit. So this is the main difference. Okay, Om Shanti.